Hello.
Hello.
Like crazy. It was a very fun movie. When did the first idea start to gel for it?
I think just earlier last year, I started thinking about relationships and sort of reflecting on some feelings and ideas about love and what it meant and what a long-distance relationship is and how difficult it is to navigate.
I was expecting Anna or Samantha to go Glenn Close in the Fatal Attraction kind of mode when she had the knife in the apartment.
Yeah, we shot that scene, but
Yeah,
it was
didn't
too
make
gory.
I
Did
mean,
you really?
She did actually slice off Jacob's head.
No.
Totally decapitates his head.
You're kidding.
That was the old ending.
Yeah.
You are joking.
I think we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Did she have any thoughts about going a little spazzy on him?
I don't think she wants to kill him at that point.
Just wants to eat him. She's like a spider.
Yeah. Don't know what that was. Does she wanna? No, she's just frustrated with their relationship. Gets angry.
She didn't seem to be concerned about her promotion or her new boyfriend as much as reworking the old relationship. Did you struggle with what you wanted for your character and what your character wanted?
There's always a bit of a struggle as you're trying to work out who the character is, and there's a side to Anna that is very impulsive, and she doesn't necessarily think through everything. She acts on her feelings, and sometimes that could be quite frustrating as someone who doesn't necessarily do that.
Mm-hmm.
There was an old song in the 70s, Maureen McGovern, Torn Between Two Lovers. But Anna and Jacob seemed rather heartless, like they were renting Simon and Samantha for the time in between. Like a movie, renting a movie. Did you get that?
I think they're both looking for people who are very different from each other, and so for Anna, Simon is she has a very different type of relationship with him, but it's hard because she's always drawn back to Jacob, and that's something in her gut. She can't help that.
Drake, switching countries, boyfriends and girlfriends, was there a metaphor there when they were just going from America to London and switching people?
I don't know if a metaphor, but I think it's it's certainly difficult to be emotionally in two places at the same time, and I think that the movie really explores what it feels like to be torn and that sort of that gray area in between something and just being in two places at the same time and how difficult that is.
There was a scene with Anna in the is it Heathrow?
Yeah.
The airport.
Yeah.
And all those people shooting by like comets.
Yeah.
Was that the Canon 7 camera?
Mm-hmm.
So did you take stills?
It's a time lapse, so we're taking a still every. We're taking one still a second for 30 minutes, and that's the time lapse.
And how did you get all those people going by her?
We rented them all. No, they were all real people, just in the airport. The camera was so small and inconspicuous. We were able to kind of hide it behind a pole, so it's very difficult to tell that they're being shot. So I think only one or two people looked into the camera. We only had to omit like one or two frames, and then everyone else is in. They're all real people.
Now we were at the Kendall last night where you did a Q&A, both of you, and it was great.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't realize that there were 9 years.
Well, there was seven, but then
seven,
really
sorry.
we condensed it down. It's pretty. I kind of see it as a 5-year journey now.
I almost would have liked if you had
2 and then 1 and then 2.
And I hope you don't mind me saying this. I
I'm
would
glad
have,
you told me that now.
if there was a little narration or the signs, it might have made it easier for me because I didn't realize the time
Sure.
that had passed.
Sure. But I think if you think it takes place in 3 years or 5 years or 7 years, I still think it has the same effect.
Yeah.
And that's what's exciting about it is you really do get to put your own sort of time period on the film, and you bring your own, as the audience, you bring your own sensibilities of how much time has passed, which is really nice.
And you don't need to know.
No, it's
specifically.
you know, if you know specifically or too specifically, I think you're worrying with the wrong things as opposed to just following emotionally where the characters are and where they're dropped off when time has passed.
Are you familiar with Quantum Leap?
I am.
I love that.
She is. She loves it.
Quantum Leap, that was my favorite show.
I felt this film kind of had a romantic quantum leap.
Oh, really?
Sure. Going back, there was also...
Did you ever see that show?
Is that Scott Bakula?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so so good. It was
I
so
haven't seen
good.
it.
Sorry, I haven't thought about Quantum Leap for a long time.
Well,
But-
your film did that to me, because when they're in the shower and they're flashing back, and there was so much flashing around and time being condensed.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The beach and the boats and the Ferris wheel seemed to show young love. This is for either of you. It seemed to fade away after all that fun frivolity as the movie got on. Did they get more involved with complexities of life?
Well, after that initial period. But when they first meet, they're just completely overwhelmed by each other and madly and passionately in love. And obviously, they don't really know each other at that point. It's just a love at first sight thing. And then gradually, relationships shift and change as you get to know each other.
I think they just grow up, and it's kind of sad, but they're kids when they first meet, and then they're adults when she gets back. So it's yeah, you lose a little bit of the innocence together
Yeah.
as you grow apart and you grow up apart.
Well, now that they've grown up and lost the innocence, will Simon and Jacob and Samantha and Anna get a sequel? A sort of modern day
Like
Bob and...
Crazier in 10 years, we'll check in and see where they're at.
No, more like a Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice. It was a film from the 60s.
Oh, gotcha.
I just thought, I didn't understand why they didn't try to have some kind of an arrangement with the new mates and the
Yeah.
old.
I think Simon and Samantha need to have like a conference call, discuss a few things.
Maybe they should get together.
I think they should. They would look beautiful together. They would.
They would. Can you imagine?
They would probably really be into each other.
That is a lot of beauty.
I think Simon would really be into Samantha, but I don't think Sam would really get Simon.
No, she's, yeah.
I think she's a
She's
little,
got her own, yeah.
little bohemian for him. Little, yeah.
But
I
they
thought-
would look great.
They look great in pictures.
I thought they'd make a good couple too. Anna, was she a generalization of young girls in love, or was she a unique, different, distinct woman going
She's
through this?
very unique and very special, and I think that's a tribute to so many elements that Felicity brought to the character. But I think she embodies a lot of youth and a lot of elements that a lot of young ladies have. But at the same time, I think she's really a special and unique character.
Lots of people have said that Anna reminds them of their first girlfriend.
It's great. Well, then in that case, she's just a generic,
Exactly.
young
You
lady.
know, cookie cutout
Cookie,
character.
yeah, that's what she is.
She could be in any film, anytime.
Yeah, we could pluck her, yeah, and then put her in a film in the 50s. You know?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, the poem would work.
Yeah.
They seem so normal, but then at some point they're unbalanced. Is it because of the obsession? They're just
It could.
ordinary people other than the obsession?
Yeah, absolutely. I think obsession is a major feature of their relationship and why they can't get away from each other. There's a level of something quite mad, I think, about
Yeah.
the way they see each other.
There's an obsession with a time and a place that is gone and that is past, and they spend so much time trying to recreate that or feel that again. It's like an aphrodisiac in a way.
Why didn't Anna get more advice from the parents funding her adventures?
Why didn't you? Sorry.
Why didn't
More
Anna
advice
get
from
more
her parents
advice?
finding her adventures.
Well, she's a free spirit, you know.
And she got that from her parents with their drinking and...
Well, they've given her a lot of independence, and they've said, you know, go forward and be an independent young woman, and she does that.
Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks for being on Visual Radio and much success with the film.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.